Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Raid Shadow Legends. I hope you guys are all having a great Friday, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Summon Rush, but also we're going to be talking about the summoning events in general for this current Fusion event for Hagaba or whoever you decide to use your tokens on later on. The reason for this is because there's been a lot of people who have been talking about why you should skip Summon Rush 1 today and also Summon Rush 2 next week in favor of Champion Chase next Friday. And I want to kind of look at it from both sides and why that might be a mistake when you're looking at the points and some of the precedents for that as well. And, we were also on the back of for some people, a resource intensive event with the Path event for Talena Solseer for those who went on the 5 red. So some people might not have a lot of stuff left over in their fusion portal or in their fragments or whatever to get bonus points for the champion chase next Friday. And I think a lot of people forget that not everyone's got like 25 broad mods being able to summon at will. So I want to talk about that and more. Now, before I get started with the rest of the video, I do want to remind people that you can use the QR code in the top right hand of the screen to get the legendary Orc Artak. You can also get some 3 amazing epics by the name of Farrakhan the Fat, Fenix, and Cryodan the Blue at level 10, 20, and 30. And don't forget to use the promo code RAID7 within the first 48 hours of a brand new account to get Pelops the Victor in your journey. Also, I guess we have Valor and the Equalizer as well, so you get lots of free stuff on a brand new account. Okay, let's talk about Summon Rush. So it's just started, and it is there. And it takes 7 Sacred Shards to get the rare for Horned Viper. There's some other stuff as well if you want to keep going. The summons for today isn't bad, and I think I will do this. I have some to play with anyways. There's, to be honest, I I'm one of these people who don't have, because I started too early. I don't have Packmaster. For this is my biggest regret of 2025 was for some reason not completing the Crocat Fusion, which is a fragment, and I don't know why I didn't do it. I think I was just really busy. I don't remember. So I don't have either of them. But what could be really great is if I got one of them here today, and that way I could use the fusion tokens on the other. Maybe, just maybe. As far as the epics here, I think Deacon Armstrong is the best. Now, before we do this, though, I want to we need to talk about this a little bit. So I want to talk about the fusion event in general, right? So there's 17 rares on this list. You need 16. But what that means, though, is that you need to clear 2 of the 3 summoning events. We have Summon Rush 1 today, which clearly takes 3,500 points. We have Summon Rush 2, which is going to be next Tuesday. And that doesn't run over the CVC. I think that's a siege week anyways. And then we have Champion Chase on Friday. And that's where you can also earn a copy of the relic. The epic. And that's why a lot of people are talking about skipping these to go straight on the Champion Chase. Now, it did not contain an epic, but I do want to draw your attention to this. And this is the Champion Chase from Pelops the Victor. Now, this was 3,500 points just for the rare, right? So if you're doing Summon Rush, if you're not doing Summon Rush 1 today, you either there's 2 things you can do. Either you can go all the way and do the rare and the epic in Champion Chase, which means you have to go even higher. And we don't know how many points that could be. It could be 5,000, it could be 6,000, we don't know, right? And you're getting less points per Sacred Shard on a Champion Chase as well, which is a pretty big deal. So you'd either have to do all in on the Champion Chase, or you have to do Summon Rush 1 and Summon Rush 2, which is what I'm thinking about doing. Or you have to do Summon Rush, one of them, and then the rare in Champion Chase, which again, drawing back to this, the threshold was pretty high if you're trying to get just the rare, even just the rare from the Champion Chase. Now, one thing that I will say is that you should be able to summon at least 3 of the fusion epics during Champion Chase, so that'll give you 750 points. But even with that in mind, that's 2,750. You're still looking at a minimum of 11 Sacred Shards if you don't have anything else to summon, right? I emptied out my fragments. I emptied out my fusion portal. I don't have much. And that's a big problem because I'm not going to be able to make a lot of Champion Chase points because I blew it all for the Talena Solseer path. And I'm not saying everyone did this, but, if you did, then you might be in a similar boat to me, where I don't have a lot of things in my fragment portal to get additional champion chase points. I'm not sitting around with a million Broadmaws. I could maybe do one. I only have one of these Arbalasters, and I only have two of these other ones, right? So I'm not sitting around with a shit ton of these. So I could make one if I really wanted to, but it's not a lot of additional points. And so I'm concerned that a lot of people are taking the advice of just completely just skipping both summon rushes, and I don't want people to be in the position where they can't finish the fusion. Whether it's for Hagaba or someone else, it doesn't really matter. But I don't want people to get stuck. So I would caution people in skipping the summon rush here today, and maybe consider doing either either you need to do summon rush 1 plus summon rush 2, summon rush 1 plus champion chase rare, something, right? You need to get 2 rares out of these 3 summoning events. And, I just don't want people to get stuck. That's just it. So summon rush. What we're going to be doing here for my own summons, though, because I have to lead by example, of course, is we're gonna do the sacred shards because they're worth 500 points, of course, and sacreds for champion chases are only worth at a minimum 250. A lot of people think there is going to be a 2x sacred shards next Friday, but I do want to just make that clear that it's still only a 12% chance of a legendary, which means that maybe 1 every 11 or 12 sacred shards you're going to get a legendary champion, right? And so that's still like within the realms of like a mercy pull. So it's not super high. It's not as good as like when there's like a void shard 2x or anything like that. I wouldn't expect that to happen because we just had that basically for Raya, right? So again, sacred shards have much more value in a summon rush in general. So that's why we're doing this. And now for me, I'm at 4 shards, I'm pretty sure, into my mercy. So while I normally, for other people, I would not recommend over-consuming your shards, right? Just do exactly what you need to do. Do the 7, walk away. As a content creator, though, and also I'm at 4 shards pulled, I kind of want to see if I can land my mercy and maybe get Shayak. That's the hope. But for everyone else who is just, doing the min-maxing of shard pulling and whatnot, do the 3,500 points, do the other events, walk away. I know it's tempting to do the champion chase epic because then you can skip some additional events, like you can skip some gems or energy spending events and therefore save some gems, and that seems tempting as well. But I would be careful that, because last time some of the content creators recommended skipping events and it ended up being more points overall. Might not happen again, who knows? But I just want to say that, if you get into trouble later on, there's not much more you can do about it, right? Because you won't, if you're unable to clear to the epic on champion chase, you're kind of screwed because that's towards the end of the event. So you won't be able to make that up. Anyways, I said my bit. Let's get on to some summoning. Boilon has a tendency of being lucky from time to time. So let's put on that the legendary pull music and see what we get in here today. So we have 44 sacred shards. I don't want to blow all of them, but I do want to hit the mercy. I want to see, can we get Shayak and start our journey towards the duo? Scarier things have happened. Number 1, we have Aina of the Barbarians faction. That's not what I want, so we're going to go in for Sacred Shard number 2. And who the hell's this? Wuji. At this point, a lot of epics for me are food, especially the crappier champions that I have like no intention of building. So, apparently she has like half decent ratings. Maybe should I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It seems like single target AoE block boss. Okay, nothing really that you need now. Sacred Shard number 3, and it's not a yellow. We have Jotun of the Barbarians faction. Let's back out here. Let's do Sacred Shard number 4. I actually thought it was yellow. I guess I was colorblind, but we did get Deacon Armstrong, who I do not have at +4. Deacon Armstrong is a really amazing epic character. He's one of the best epics in the game, actually, especially in the support category because of his all-battle 19% speed aura, but also his ability to just be that speed lead for an earlier mid-game account. The turn meter fill, the decrease of the turn meter of others. This is a free. I love these free turn skills, and then goes into that defense down. Doesn't do a whole ton in the Macreal meta, but still very powerful for early and mid game, and also really good just for dungeons in general if you need it. So that's Deacon Armstrong at the 4th Sacred Shard. Now we got 5, and we're still at an epic. That's oh wow, okay. We got Venomage. Venomage is a very popular promo link champion, actually, for Clan Boss because of all the buffs. Sorry, all the debuffs. Decrease defense, decrease attack. We have some poisons. We have some heal reduction, and also enemies under heal reduction do 15% less damage. It's actually a character I might consider building for Grim Forest as my heal reduction character because it's 3 turns of heal reduction, so Venomage is really good for that. So something to keep in mind if you haven't upgraded your Venomage. That is Sacred Shard number 5, coming in at number 6. Looks like they want to draw me to... Are you kidding? Wow, I know it's boosted, but 25x still is not good for epics. There's so many epics out there, and I just pulled 2 of them. So, okay, I think this might get me close. I think I have a +2 Deacon, so this might give me a +4 now, which is pretty nice. But not what we're looking for, guys. So Sacred Shard number 7 is another purple, of course. So this is where most players should stop, right? But I am not a normal player. I also do pulls for the vids. Morak Bronze Lock, so that is where you would be done. You would have your rare, you would walk away from Summon Rush and not do what I'm doing, just to be clear, to go a little bit further. So now we're at 11 Sacred Shards pulled. I don't know how many more we're going to go, but at this point, I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. I might get some additional legendary books out of this. Holy shit, we got another Deacon Armstrong. This is like that time that I pulled like 3 or 4 of the same epics in one of my other vids. Oh my god. So we're at 12 Sacred Shards now, just to be clear. So everything else should be +2%, right? So the 13th bull should be +2%. 8% should be the next one. Right? So this could take a while. This could take a while. It could be wasteful for me. I have 36 left, right? But I said I was gonna do it. We're gonna do it to the legendary and see what random legendary you get. Not that guy. Brood Lord. No, I don't want you. So that's 9. 9. Let me keep track here really quick with my phone. 9. Okay. Coming in at number 10. Come on, guys. Fuck. Now we're at 14. After all my good luck in this game, I think Clarion doesn't like me so much now. After my void luck with Raya. Okay, and also, you know, some other ones for sure. Sacred Shard number 11, coming in hot. Still nothing. Pan the Bowhorn, he's not bad. I do like him because he buffs himself before he attacks, so there is that. Increase attack, increase speed up before he does an AoE attack. Alright, guys. Clarion taking the piss a little bit. 11. Should be at 15 now. So, plus 8%. This should be like 16% for a legendary. We're not quite there, you know. Terror Beast. Nope, we don't want you either. So now we're at 12. 12. 16 pulled. Oh my god. Okay, let's go for one more. 17 pulled. Are we at 6? What are we at? Plus 10%? Plus 12%? I'm losing track. So we should be getting close to 20% soon. 18% maybe on this one? Shit. Oh my god, guys. Okay, so this is where, for most people, you probably, because I pulled 14 now, this would be your Summon Rush 1 and your Summon Rush 2, right? So again, I did say, don't do what I am about to do. Okay? One more. This is 19, my 19th shard. Oh, there we go. Oh, fucking Gaius. It wasn't even. It wasn't Shayak. Okay, I had like a 5% chance, but I kind of saw that coming. He is a new character though. I don't have him. He might have some value. He's bombs. He might have some value in Knights Revenant Faction Wars Heart. I'm not sure. Gaius the Gleeful, guys. Are you gleeful for Gaius? I'm not sure that I am, but I did say I would do it for the vids, right? Don't do what I did, right? Go to Summon Rush, get your rare. What else did I get beyond that, though? Got a legendary, two legendary books, some Eternal Soul Essences, and 100 mythical forge materials out of all that. Okay. Could have been better, but the 2 legendary books, you know, legendary books are still nice. Was it worth those extra sacred shards? Eh. But I have a decent amount, so I'm not hurting on it personally. But yes, like I said, I would be cautious. If you don't have a lot of things waiting for you in your fusion portal, if you don't have a lot of broad mods available, if you don't have a lot of fragment stuff available, then I would be careful on what you want to do. Or remnant summons for that matter, right? You might have used that on the Path of Ben from Telena as well. Then be cautious about saving all of your stuff for Champion Chase next Friday. You might end up spending more resources than if you did Summon Rush 1 and 2. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. I could be crazy. Let me know in the comments down below. Now, before we go, I do want to remind people that if you haven't started playing Raid yet, what are you waiting for? Get Artak, the legendary Artak. And also Farrakhan the Fat, Fenix, and Cryodan the Blue at level 10, 20, and 30. And don't forget about Pelops from the Argonauts faction. Of course, we were just talking about a fusion event. Use the promo code RAID7 within the first 48 hours of a brand new account. That's it for me, everyone. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you all on the next one.
And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.